All right, we're live. Let's go. Starting a little bit later, but we're here. We just shared in a couple places. We'll be good to go. All right. All right. So where we at here? All right. So started off, we got Lamar Jackson went with the 1-1. Jamar Chase with the 1-2. Daniels, Allen, Jefferson, Bijan after that at the 1-6. Um, that should be all right. He'll be there. CD Lamb with the 1-7. Love that pick. CD is great. Going to be great. All right. Come on, pitter patter. Yeah. Oh, he's good. He's green. He's green. He's green. He's green. Let's go. Let's go. Jameer Gibbs at the 1-9. Burrow went at the 1-8. At the 1-10 to wrap around. Let's see what we got here. This is the first 10 teamer we're doing. We did an 8 teamer for the London League that one. We just do the 12 teamers usually, but nice little stack there with the wraparound. Little correlation there. Get all those Russian DDs. All right. Hertz and Barkley on the wrap. Yes, this is super flex. 10 team super flex. You can see the top up here. We got 25 total spots, one QB with a super flex, two RB, three wide receiver, one tight end, two flex, uh, tight end premium, full point PPR, and the winner gets an omarion Hampton jersey autographed. So the slow draft style with a 12 teamer. This is just a fast draft. We got an Amon Ra St. Brown jersey coming after this, so I figured keep it rocking with the theme. The Chargers this time, so the Hampton. I love these jerseys. I love the price of his jerseys. I think the value is there for him. All right, so back to this. After that, Barkley, we got McCaffrey. Henry went after that at the 2-3. Amon Ra slid. You usually don't see Henry go before Amon Ra, but I guess with the 10 teamer, it makes it a little different. So Neighbors went after that. Genty, Bowers slid all the way to the 2-7. Puka at the 2-8, and Thomas at the 2-9 to pair with Chase. It's solid there for Air Jordans. Uh, then Irving with the London wraparound. Can't really go wrong here. Yeah, CMC is going to be interesting. Obviously, if he's healthy, he's a beast. I'd probably take Genty over him. But he's climbing up. I don't know. I've been hurt by McCaffrey in the past, so I try to stay away from that. I feel like Genty's more of a sure thing that they're just going to give him the rock and see what he does. Etienne at the 3-2. I love that value too. He has potential to bring back first round value if he could stay healthy too. Trey McBride at the 3-3. Nice little start there. You got your QB one, your wide receiver one, and your uh, tight end one, Randall. So that's a pretty good start. Same thing with WJW with the Allen Bowers and then Nico in the third. Nico's good value in the third too. Uh, Bo Nix off the board at the 3-5. Followed by a little Brown action to go with Neighbors and Bijan. So that's not bad. Um, Mr. Sir Patrick with the three wide receivers, Lamb, Brown, and McConkey. Solid. Solid. I'm not big on McConkey this year. I might have him in a few leagues, but Harris is going to be one of my most owned players without a doubt this year. I am a Harris guy. So we'll see. I looked before because I was talking to somebody about it. I did like 91 league best balls so far. I think I have Harris in like 40 of them. So definitely one of my guys. Definitely. So after that, McConkey, we got Mike Evans, then little Jonathan Taylor. Deezy went with the Gibbs, McCaffrey, and Taylor, going with the solid three running backs off the rip right in the beginning. Jacobs, Kittle, nice. So you got Jacobs is gonna be one of my most owned RBs this year. I love Jacobs. I feel like they're just gonna pound the rock with him. And you got Barkley too, and Hurts. So all three of them pound the rock, and Hurts just so happens to throw the rock also, and Kittle catches it. So you got top guaranteed top five QB. Could possibly be a top one, top three. And then in my eyes, you got two guaranteed top 10 running backs, and Kittle's a top three tight end. So that's a solid start there. Rocking with still going with the running backs. I see there with the Brown pick. Brown, Taylor, McCaffrey, and Gibbs is solid. Williams went at the 4-3. Cook at the 4-4. I'm very high on Cook this year. Uh, he Cook killed it last year. They didn't bring much in, you know. They could try to slow his workload down, but he didn't show any signs of slowing down last year. So why would they do that? I'd probably take him over Brown personally, but then there he is, Hampton off the board at the 4-3. Hampton for the Hampton jersey. All right, Baker after that. The Jets with the 4-6. So Baker and Bo Nix for her QBs, pretty solid. Marv at the 4-7 to go with Nico. JSN off the board. Definitely gonna do a JSN league. Probably maybe like Saturday, something like that. I'm not sure yet. I gotta see, but I got a good deal on a JSN throwback, so I want to flip that and bring a good price to everybody else. I got a JSN. I got a couple. I went to like a mini show. This is Nationals week, so a lot of places are doing deals all over the place. So I got a couple good deals on some things. So I got like JSN. I got another H jersey. I got a Moon Hall of Fame jersey. So a couple cool things, but we'll see. Herbert off the board at the 4-9. Rice at the 4-10. Rice is a dart throw at this point. I guess I did in a 10 team league. You know, you roll the dice on him. I probably still would stay away from him, but who knows? I don't mind Worthy, but we'll see what happens. Chuba off the board at the 5-1. What we got here? Air Jordans after that. Herbert pick went with the Walker. Garrett Wilson after that. Loving the speed of this draft. There we go. Tyreek Hill off the board at the 5-4. That's a solid start. That's a Josh Allen, Bowers, and you got three probably stud wide receivers. I like that start. I like Hill. Hill at the 5-4 is solid. McMillan off the board. This is a playoff league too. It's not most points overall. J. Lou. What do we got? 6 seconds. Mahomes, first QB for him. Not bad value, 5-6. Yeah, I like that value. Definitely. People waited on QB in the 10 teamer a little bit, so I probably would have took him over Herbert, but it is what it is either way. Brees off the board, then Higgins at the 5-8. Let's see at the 5-9, and then we got the wraparound after that. Purdy off the board at the 5-9. What do we got? Oh yeah, I got to do that. I got that giveaway for the other leagues. For the I had the giveaway for the Bucky Irving league. I got to run that too before the draft tonight, but that's only going to take 2 minutes. I got that all set up. So, all right, Henderson at the 5-10. Henderson's another guy that his jerseys. I could probably do leagues around the same price as this, where there's good potential. You know, they could pop. McLaurin at the 6-1. I'm going to be all over McLaurin. I want to do like I'll probably do my own best balls tonight. I definitely will do my own best balls. I'm a DGen, but I'm going to be on McLaurin. He's going to sign. There's no way they're going to trade him. He rode out the storm. And usually I side with the team over these wide receivers, but he rode the storm. They brought in Daniels and he clicked. You know that offense was clicking, and McLaurin was there when there was nobody there. So he deserves to get paid. I don't think they're going to trade him because they see the unity that they have. It will cause friction, but money will solve that. That's no problem. But I would be buying him all day. I was buying him during the dip that he's had with that probable, doubtful, whatever his tag's been. I've been on him, so we'll see what happens. All right, so after the McLaurin pick, we got Kyler, Adams, Stroud, Worthy, Laporta at the 6-6. Good for a tight end for your first tight end there. Kamara at the 6-7, Fields at the 6-8, followed by May. Drake May's another interesting QB. I probably won't draft a lot of them because there's guys that I like later on that I feel safe, like right there, Goff. I'd rather have him than May. I feel like he's got a solid floor and he's got a great ceiling too. But May ceiling's there, but I just don't trust the floor. Got to have a certain steady floor. But on the other hand, I am higher on Diggs. I feel like he's good value, but we'll see. DJ Moore, the 7-1. So DJ Moore, London Rice for the three wide receivers. Not bad, not bad. All right. James Conner off the board after that, followed by Metcalf. I like what you're doing there, Randall. You got Puka too. Yes, you got the four solid wide receivers and the stack with Fields. I like the start of that. And Daniels too. I like the start of that team a lot. Dak at the 7-4 for WJW. Harvey. Harvey at the 7-5. Did I share this link in this league? I don't even remember. J. Lou on the board next. Personal as hell, yeah. Sitting on the couch, watching the game. Perfect night to do a draft. I did that little Launchpad website too. That's on the community homepage. I restructured the whole community like welcome message up top. Just tried to clean it up, add a couple more things. One of them was my Launchpad website, so that'll have all the links on there to YouTube, TikTok, Discord's on the way, all my payment links, my email, and that's just everything will be good. Drafting in Madden is challenging. Been there, done that. Hawkinson off the board, McCarthy after that, Williams at the 7-9. All right. Devonta Smith on the wraparound. What do we got? Pitter patter with the wraparound. Probably another wide receiver. Top of the board, ADP wise, we got Caleb, Mixon. That don't really matter. Mixon, Hunter, Judkins doesn't matter. Zay Flowers, Cortland Sutton, Monty, Pickens is still there. Rome's there. Caleb's there. Got a Caleb jersey league up there too. A little slow draft for Caleb. That's waiting to fill. I think I got 7 or 8 paid in that one, so that's almost there. Maybe even 9. I'm not sure. So yeah, Lawrence at the 8-1. That's great value. Love that. Love that. That's your first. That's your second QB. So Hurts and Lawrence, not Pitt. Pickens off the board, followed by Williams. That's what we got right there. Penix after that. Oh, I gotta turn this off. Yeah, sorry about that. That shit's probably been going nuts every time it goes down to 10 seconds. All right. All right. So after that, Penix was Kelsey, Golden, Sutton, Pacheco. Ed Jordan on the clock with the 8-9. Little dump off. No, it wasn't even a dump off. I'm looking at the game right now. I should have set up facing the TV. I don't know why I didn't. I gotta keep turning to my right. All right, so Pacheco, Waddle, Judkins off the board at the 8-10 with the wraparound. What do we got? Maybe another wide receiver. Oh, excuse me. Probably another wide receiver. I would say maybe tight end. Yeah, tight end. Yep. Air Jordans after that Waddle pick. What are we following up with? Tua, little Tua action. All right, there's Caleb off the board. That's an interesting little combo right there. The Caleb and Pacheco. It could be beneficial. Pollard, I'm very high on this year at the 9-4. Love Pollard. Swift is still there too. He hasn't been drafted yet. I'm taking Swift over him. Monty's there too. Reached a little bit on that Pollard, but it is what it is, you know. He'll be solid, but I probably would have took Monty and Swift over him. But either way. Here we go, Jess. 1 second. All right. Still a decent amount of value there. QB wise, we got QB's a little thin, but 10 teams not too bad. Ridley off the board at the 9-6. Love Ridley this year. Gonna be a monster. Um, if Cam Ward's there on a wraparound, maybe takes him for the stack, but nothing too crazy. He does have that worthy Mahomes stack, which is nice. Top QBs available are Ward, Young, Stafford, Gino, Sam, Richardson, and Rogers. RB wise, we got Mixon, Monty, Swift, Jones, Robinson, ETN, and Tracy. Some pretty good value. Warren's still down there too. I love the value on Warren. After that, Ridley picked Flowers off the board, another Baltimore guy, and Andrews off the board at the 9-8. Alave, followed by Ricky, followed by Jacoby, which I like Jacoby's value this year. See what happens with that. Um, Fresh off that Alave pick. What's he gonna do? We'll run through the wide receivers real quick. Travis Hunter off the board. Rome's out there. Addison, Judy, Godwin, Debo. Interesting. What's gonna happen if McLaurin doesn't sign? But like I said before, I think McLaurin's fully. I think McLaurin's gonna sign Monday, by Monday. Um, so we'll see what happens. Monty off the board after Hunter, followed by Swift. Reed still there. Ayuk, Cup, Diggs, Downs. So there's some value there. Judy off the board. Ingram's great value there. There goes Harris at the 10-6. She went up and grabbed him. I'm all over Harris this year. Uh, Debo off the board. Before that was Jones. So we'll see what happens with that. Uh, yeah, Debo's an interesting pick. The tight ends are still there. See what happens. I'll go to all there. All right, so Rome off the board at the 10-10. That was after Colson Loveland. See what happens with the wrap around here. All right, it is 14-7 at the 14-7 at the 2-minute warning. See what happens here. A little young action at the 11-1. 17 seconds left on the clock. I'm hyped for this other draft tonight and this giveaway. This giveaway is going to be good. Been a long time coming. All right, so Jennings off the board, followed by Scatterboo. So we'll see what happens with him. Giants interesting. Scatterboo's the guy next year. I'm on Tracy this year. Shakir off the board, followed by Dobbins at the 11-5. Touchdown. Oh. Trey Lance looking decent, you know. That first throw was solid that he had. He threaded the needle on that first throw he had today. But he's looked solid. All right, so after that, Dobbins was Reed. After Reed is Addison. And there goes Ingram at the 11-8. That's a perfect tight end to pair with Andrews. I feel like Ingram's going to outperform Andrews a lot, but we'll see what happens. Very high on Ingram. There goes Cam Ward at the 11-9. Good value for waiting for a quarterback. For your third quarterback to go Purdy and Kyler. All right. Next, we got Pitter Patter with 4 seconds left. Warren, love that value. Love that value. Love Warren this year. Let's see. With the wraparound. Even Robinson's still there too. That's good RB value at this point. Mason's interesting. I feel like Mason's great value. They brought him in for a reason. Last year I was high on Jones, drafted him in a lot of leagues. He did well for me. This year I'm staying away from him. I'm also just not drafting Mason the way it falls. Like where he's getting drafted, I'm not taking running back, and I'm not reaching for him either. So, uh, yeah, unless I don't really have too many Jones, but I'll handcuff him. So all right. So after that Warren pick, he ended up going Geno, which is great. 12th round value for a QB. Njoku. Why can't I be in a league like this when quarterbacks go late? All these 10 teamers that I do, all the quarterbacks, Geno's like an 8th round quarterback. I'm like, come on, guys. Last year I was getting quarterbacks late as hell. I was getting Sam Darnold in like the 15th, 16th round. This year, nope. So Stafford went. Then Kincaid, who's an interesting tight end pick. Robinson, Tutton, Ferg. I like Ferg this year. Richardson. Better be grabbing Daniel Jones so you have the Indianapolis starter soon. Nah, that's my guy. I do that in a lot of drafts, Richardson and Jones. All right, Kraft after that. Godwin at the 12-10. Let me get off the running back page and get past Mixon because nobody cares about Mixon. All right, Godwin at the 12-10, followed by Jonas Smith. Downs PPR monster. I think if Jones is the QB there, Downs is going to be that guy. He's going to fucking blast it. He's going to be getting like probably 9 to 10 targets a game. Mason off the board at the 13-3. Could be decent return value. I think Mason scores more fantasy points than Scatterbo, and he got him 2 rounds later. A strong possibility he scores more points than Johnson, also. Who knows? Because I'm big on Warren. All right, so at the 13-4. All right, so yeah, that's your question. How are you ranking that? Scatterboo and Mason, who scores more? ETN at the 13-4, followed by his running mate Bigsby. Diggs off the board at the 13-6. Donald at the 13-7. I'll do team rankings probably around the 17th round, 16th round. I'll run through the teams this draft. That way we know we're good. That way when this draft ends, I can take 5 minutes, get set up for the giveaway, and that'll roll right into the other draft for the Amon Ra. Can't wait for that. Can't wait. I just can't wait till guys start receiving jerseys. It's gonna be great. Week 1, we'll be doing weekly leagues. I'll probably be posting a week 1 league probably about maybe the middle of August. I'll start my first weekly league for whoever wants in. So I got to make sure that's a banger when I do that. So we'll see. All right. So after that, Darnold was Higgins, Cup, Pittman, Dallas got it at the 14-1. Followed by Kyle Pitts. Interesting. Everybody knows Pitts has big playability, but I am staying away from him this year because I've been burned. I had him in a dynasty league. It wasn't a dynasty, it was a keeper, three-year keeper max league. You're only allowed to keep five, and I kept them like, oh, next year, next year, next year, and we're still waiting on next year for him. Kirk to go with that Higgins. I like that pick. Lock down that Houston wide receiver too. I personally think it's going to be Kirk, but we'll see what happens. Tracy at the 14-4, Williams at the 14-5, Ford at the 14-6. I like that. Feel like he's probably going to be the starter there, unless they bring somebody else in. Spears at the 14-7. Rogers went after that. Charbonnet after that. What do we got after that Sharps pick? At the 14-10. 8 seconds left. Time's up. Little Joe Mixon action at the 14-10. Not bad. Run through the quick ADP wise. Ayuk, Najee, Stevenson, Mooney. Mooney off the board now. Followed by Blue, Burton, Coleman. Wilson's up there still for a QB if you want to pair him with Dart. Benson's there likely. Shaheed. Yes, but I like White this year. I like Ertz. The tight ends are there. We know the tight ends are there. Ertz, Henry, Okonkwo. So the tight ends are there. Harris off the board after the blue pick. Coleman after that. Jess is on the board with the 15-5, the Ayuk pick. I like that a lot. Uh, a little worried with Ayuk, but I have so many shares of him. I just have to go all in, I guess. But he'll be there. He'll get there. Who knows? He'll be that alpha dog there, I feel like. Or at least I'm just going to keep convincing myself that. All right, Wilson at the 15-6, Mims at the 15-7, followed by Ramondre Stevenson. Fresh off that Pitts pick, what do we got here at the 15-9? Maybe another running back, maybe. Not sure. Let's see. At the end of the next round, I'll start doing team breakdowns. Go through that. That way we could end this and get ready for the other one. All right. So after that was Bateman and then Shaheed. Bateman's an interesting pick, especially with likely going down. He'll be fine, but we'll see what happens. If that injury lingers, see what happens. Henry off the board, followed by Palmer, Strange, Ertz, Otten. I love all these tight ends. All four of them tight ends so far this round. Grab a Conqueror in this round, you'll complete my mission. Um, I have them ranked probably Ertz, Strange, Henry, Otten. That's the first time I put Strange over Henry. Usually I don't do that, but the more and more I'm believing in Lawrence, I feel like they're gonna do it. But all right, Benson went, then Betch. All right, we're gonna get a little team analysis going on the breakdown. Let's see. We'll wait for these next two picks. Jackson Dart off the board at the 16-9. At the 16-10, we got who we got. What are we doing? All right, little burn action. All right, so we'll start at the 1-1. He's got Lamar, Goff, and Young as his QBs. Love it. Lamar's a stud. Goff is as safe as you could get, pretty much. High octane offense. Young, I'm not too high on Young, but it's going to be interesting. See what happens there. You running back wise, you got Irving, Chuba, and Judkins. Judkins, big question mark, obviously. Irving and Chuba's not bad. We got London, Rice, Moore, Adunze, and Godwin. A lot of question marks there, especially with Rice. You got the little correlation in Chicago, so that's not bad because they're all big play capable receivers in Chicago. So if you got two of them, that's not bad. Did you grab another one too? Yeah, you did. So yeah, solid there. Solid, solid. Warren and Smith as your tight end so far, so that's pretty good. Not a bad team. I don't know. Let's see. At the 1-2, you went Jamar Chase followed by Thomas. QBs were Herbert, May, and Tua. I like Herbert, not too high on May, but people are. I think he's gonna. We'll see what happens. I just don't think he's gonna fuck New England. Achian went at the 3-2 to go Walker and Connor. So pretty interesting. You got that little correlation with Waddle. Jennings is interesting. Downs is a PPR monster. So week in and week out, you're gonna have Chase and Thomas there, and then you'll Waddle should be there too. I like Downs in that position. So you got a pretty solid team. Loveland and Kraft are high upside tight ends. Same with Blue. It's not a bad running back there to have late. With Randall, he went Daniels to kick it off. Fields, Richardson. You better grab Daniel Jones, bro. He's still out there. You better grab him. All right, so not bad for the QBs to start. Definitely some high upside rushing quarterbacks. Uh, Puka, JSN, Wilson, Metcalf, Debo. Love the wide receivers. Love the wide receivers. The first four, fire. Samuel, love that too. Um, McBride is a great tight end. Running backs are question marks. Pacheco, Johnson, a question mark. Scatterboo's a question. The running backs are where it kills you. The running backs are definitely a question mark, but other than that, you got high upside everywhere else. I would just pound running back like crazy the rest of the draft. So, yeah, I was just gonna say grab another tight end, but you just did that, so I would definitely pound the shit out of the running back after this. All right, WJW went Allen with the first pick, and then Dak for his second quarterback. Did he take a third one? No, no, but not bad in a playoff system. I don't mind that. It is what it is. Super flex for a reason. All right, so then he went Bowers as his top tight end. Ferg and Sanders love the Ferg pick for a backup tight end. Three good wide receivers in Collins, Marv, Hill, then Sutton's his top one. Shakir is interesting, and you followed it up with Coleman too, so that's a solid start there. Kamara, I'm not high on. Just I don't trust them from not benching him when they get to like week 14 and they're out of the playoffs and they're like, yeah, we're not going to do this. But I love the pilot pick. Jones is hot and cold. He'll have his weeks. So that's not bad. ETN brings high upside. You got the Spears with the handcuff. Uh, Pretty good team. Algier, I like that value in 18-7. Uh, Jess went Jefferson first. You went Knicks and Mayfield as your QBs, which is a solid slingers. They're going to be throwing it around. So you got Jefferson, McMillan, Golden. You got the Harris pick. I love that. Ayuk, I love that. Robinson's going to be interesting to see. Genty and Harvey got two beast rookie running backs. And you grab Dobbins, so you did the right thing there. And you grab the two Bigsby and Tutton. Missed out on ETN, but not a bad start. Dowdle, I like that too. Jess has a solid team. All right, so then J. Lou went Bijan first and Hampton as the two running backs. And then you got Robinson in the 12th, which is a perfect running back. Williams is a great running back for your team, too. I like the way that you built that with your running backs. Mahomes and Love are the starting QBs. Wilson's there for your third QB. Wide receiver wise, you got Neighbors, Brown, Worthy, Ridley. Love that. Uh, Judy, I'm high on. Not so high on Reed, but I love the Diggs pick at the value there at the 13th. Kelsey as your tight end, and Ertz. That's a solid 1-2 at tight end. You grabbed Flacco late, which is pretty good. So I like that team. Definitely a solid team. Um, Mr. Sir Patrick went three and then two on wide receivers and running backs. So Lamb, Brown, and McConkey is a great start, followed by Zay and Madison as good wide receivers to start with. Stroud and Penix, Sam Darnold. So that's a pretty good build. See what happens with Stroud. See what happens with Penix. I guess we'll see what happens with Darnold too. But not a bad start with that. Cook and Hall and Swift. So you got three pretty solid running backs. I'm very high on Swift this year. Tracy, I'm higher. That's good value on the 14th for Tracy. I feel like I like that 17th round value for Eckler. So yeah, that's a pretty. I like that team a lot actually, Patrick. So we'll go to the next one from the 1-8. You went Burrow. Then McCarthy and Williams as your other QBs, followed by Henry and Williams and Monty as your three running backs. So Monty in the 10th is good. Ramondre, I'm not that high on. White, I like. Chubb, we'll see what happens. I've seen Chubb go. I've seen Chubb going in the ninth round already, like crazy. So he's all over the place. But wide receiver wise, you got Evans, Higgins, Adams, Higgins, and Kirk. So yeah, you locked down that Houston wide receiver too, which is solid. Tight end, you got Andrews and Ingram. That's a pretty good team. You definitely found the value in a lot of picks there. Uh, from the 1-9, Easy went with four straight running backs. We'll start with the running backs. I like the four running backs, two QBs, four wide receivers. So we'll go with the you got Purdy, Kyler, Ward. That's a solid three right there. Running back wise, you got Gibbs, McCaffrey, Taylor, Brown, Garendo is a handcuff. Good, nice. You got your handcuff. That's a good start with the. I like the way you did that. Definitely. Williams is high upside. Pickens, I'm falling in love with even more now that the reports coming out of camp that he's doing good with Dak, building a rapport. Same with Hunter there. Olave's a big question mark, but if he's healthy, he'll get his. Cup is good value. And you really blasted the tight ends with Njoku, Pitts, Henry, and Okonkwo. You made it happen with that. Bryant's good value. Smith is decent in the 22nd round. Good team. Pitter patter. You started this off great. I love the start of this team with Hurts and Barkley, and then followed it up with Jacobs and Kittle. So all right, so you got Hurts and Trevor and Smith as your three QBs, which is great, especially that Smith in the 12th round is great. Running back wise, you got, like we said, Barkley, Jacobs, Henderson, and Warren. Warren is great value in the 11th. So you have four really good running backs. You waited till the 6th for McLaurin, which is good value there. Smith, Pearsall, I'm not too high on. I like the Myers pick. So that's not bad. Pittman healthy. We'll see what happens. Shaheed will have his weeks for sure. So pretty good team. Oh, tight end wise, you got Goddard and Arroyo. Tight ends a week. You had Kittle too. So yeah, the tight ends aren't that weak. Yeah, I like the way that is, but run it. The wide receivers I'm not too high on, but overall it's a solid team. Let's see what we got. All right, I think I'm gonna sign out for now. Get set up for the next league. I'll take like 10 minutes to get set up. I'm gonna have to get that stream going like 10 to 10. That way I can do that giveaway and we'll be good to go. So let me just check where we're at here. All right, yeah, so we got another round and a half left. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be back live in about 15 minutes. All right, sounds good. I'm out of here.